Hello, everyone, and welcome to Twillow Talk. I'm Tanis Coughlin, and of the Twillow Lifestyle Community, Twillow Lifestyle Academy. I am joined by my beautiful co-host, Jennifer Tchaikovsky of My Holistic Self. And we have a special guest.
Hello.
We have Caleigh today.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm not in chat today, guys.
Which, that's right. She's usually chatting with you in chat.
Oh, absolutely.
So we also want to wish her a very happy birthday because her birthday is today. I would sing, but I don't think anybody wants me to do that. So we'll say happy birthday. And so all of you out there, if you don't mind wishing her a happy birthday, please, that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. As my mom keeps reminding me, I'm 37 at least till 10:30 tonight. So.
Oh, well, there you go.
Although 38's not too bad. That's a power number, that 11.
It is. Mm-hmm. That is a good number. Yeah. I think we still have some years on you, so you're good. You got a bit to catch up.
Just a few, yeah.
I always when we're Janice and I are together, I always say like, "Oh, I feel so old." She's like, "No, you don't get to say that." I'm like, "My soul feels old." Still
that's fair though. You know, old soul is old soul is old soul.
It is.
You're like a month old and have an old soul.
True. That is true. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm definitely the oldest on here tonight. So, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
I am okay with that.
I like what Moira just said.
38's the new 28. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Absolutely.
And welcome, Moira. Thank you for joining us. And welcome, Shining Love Light Truth. Beautiful.
Hello, hello.
And we have Hypnocity joining us today. Hello, hello. And oh no. Recently, I've been saying something big is coming. Unfortunately, we lost a long-term family friend yesterday. He fell at home and didn't survive. Oh, yeah. It's not fun when you feel that stuff coming. I've had similar, Nalani, and I since told them, like, don't tell me if someone's going to go unless I can change the outcome, which of course we can't, right? When we have our time, we have our time. Because it's too much to know that. I remember being in a parking lot one time and we were pulling out of a spot. We were pulling into a spot and this woman was pulling out of a spot. And so she was right beside me. And I looked at her for a brief second and I went, oh my God, she's going to die of a heart attack. And I'm like, why do I need to know that?
Right.
I'm going to send her love and light, but I don't need to know that. I don't know her. And it was just upsetting for me. And you don't have any control over that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So at that point I sort of said, that's
enough is enough. I don't need to know. I don't need to know.
Not unless I have to do something about it or can do something about it. Mm-hmm. There's no point in knowing that. So you can make that distinction, Nalani, and they've respected that so far. So
yeah.
Oh, we usually do the forecast. How about
we do?
I have not even got it ready yet. So
I think Jen got hers ready.
First, Jen, and I'll pull mine up as we go.
I can do that.
Please.
Okay, guys. So where are we? Today is the last day of Gate 27. This is the gate of nourishment and the gate of caring for ourselves first. So that being said, this is the gate that moves us from the shadow of selfishness to the siddhi of selflessness through the gift of altruism. And this is really that energy. I know we touched on it last week because this was going to be the end of the gate. But the energy right now is very much asking us to walk the path of sacred care, right? This is about being able to notice the pressure that is there to sustain and protect life. And so this energy at its highest expression is the archetype that teaches us that true nourishment arises when care is given from fullness, not depletion, right? So again, we talked about that idea of I can't give from an empty cup, right? I need to be able to fill my cup. And as I fill my cup, I can give from the overflow of it. That really is the basis of the energy of the gate that we are wrapping up right now. So if you've been feeling like you've been maybe giving too much or been depleted, really taking a moment to step back and go, what do I need to do to fill my cup? And this isn't about, again, that shadow energy around selfishness is where we step into, like, if I don't take care of myself, nobody's going to take care of me, or I have to overgive in order to be taken care of or cared for, right? So we don't want to do it in that context. We really want to understand what it is to care for ourselves. And that allows for that relational harmony. So as long as I'm in a place where I'm being nourished without depletion, I can have clear and healthy boundaries, and I can be attuned to the needs of others and really kind of do that back and forth care, because I am filling my cup at the same time. So that being said, as of tomorrow, all the way through until Sunday, so it's going to carry us through until the next Twillow Talk, we are stepping into, where is it? I'm going to hold up the 27 again. That's not what we want. I'm going to do the gate 24. So the gate 24 is the gate of returning. This is rationalizing. It is about inspiration that needs to be given in rational form. So the energy here, it's really interesting because as we move, it's the shadow of addiction that moves us to the Siddhi of silence through the gift of invention. So we have to be really mindful as we move into this energy, what is being pulled from us and what is it that we're trying to gain, right? When we think about addiction, it's this I need whatever it is, right? Whether it is a substance, a person, a situation, right? A certain kind of experience. What ends up happening is if we get caught up in that energy of having to constantly go through the repetition, right? The mental loops or the patterns that keep drawing us back over and over again, that is what addiction is talking about here. So it's a lot more than just like an alcohol addiction or a drug addiction. It's really about when we get caught up in the rumination, even that perseverance where it's like, I can't do anything else but think about this thing, or getting really stuck in that repeating pattern. And that's why invention, that gift, is showing up for us, because with addiction, we get caught in, I need to figure this out. But because we're trapped in the loop, we're overthinking. So we're caught up in the mental looping and all of that. And so we are fixating at that point on the problems, where invention is that inner space, right? It's that place where we can get sudden insights and where we can begin to move into creative problem solving, because we get a little bit of distance from the problem, right? So when we're talking about that observer state. And then we've talked about that so much on the show, right? Moving from, as Tana says, being in the drama triangle to, can I become the observer of what's happening? And in that observer space, there's a little bit more clarity that's able to arrive. And we're able to bring in some new perspectives. And as we do that, the fixation on the problem isn't as much of an issue. Right? We're able to maybe even sit in silence for a moment and go, okay, now what? Right? And receive what it is that is meant to be our next step. So we're not having to resolve anymore. We're letting go of trying to think about it. Right? And that's where silence is the siddhi of this, because when the mind rests, we begin to gain insight. The awareness is able to come. It's not something we have to seek or find. It's something that can show up for us. So some journal reflections for this coming week. What thoughts or patterns keep repeating for me? Where am I trying to force understanding? What happens when I allow space instead of seeking answers? And what does inner stillness feel like in my body, right? Let's bring some somatics into that. What does it feel like if I let myself sit in that energy? So the affirmation for today is, I allow my mind to rest. I trust insight to arise in its own time. Within stillness, clarity reveals itself.
Beautiful. Thank you. Hypnicity said he was dealing with pancreatic cancer. So it was a blessing. And we have a big hello to Shadow Reader.
Hi, Hershey.
Hi, Hershey.
Hello.
Nice to see you. And we have Card Doyle, Karen. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys, so that you can join us when we're on. And now we have
Space weather.
Yes.
Caleigh's got the jingle for us today.
Pleiadians are here. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
That's okay.
We like Pleiadians. So as you can see, our frequency is quite high. It is considered intense and activating today. So if you're feeling off, which I definitely was just before the show, guys. So, you know, it might be Schumann related. We also have had a bunch of M class. You'll remember for a couple of weeks, we had only like C class, which were, so it was all down here, just kind of blah, 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 blah. But it's not been down there. I know, blah, blah, blah. I know. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. But anyway. So we have all of these. The highest one here is an M6. But when we look, there should be the other part of this somewhere. I don't know where the archived one is. It's usually down below, but it doesn't appear to be. Can we see it this way? Anyway, over the weekend, we had some X class. Or end of last week into the weekend, we actually had some X class solar flares, which were much higher. Our KP index is fairly good, though. When the X flares were happening, we were getting up in the 6s and 7s for the KP index. So we did have the aurora effect a little bit more. And as you can see, you know, in the last month or so, we've had a few CMEs that have come in. These were March. They're a little behind on their news. But anyway, that's where we're at. So we've had some X class. We've had some KP index here. I'm not complaining about the app, really. It's been great all along. But it's that I just know that there was other things that was there before. And our Schumann is quite high. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if people are feeling it all. And we're back. So for those of you that don't know Caleigh, we are going to let her tell her story because we want to hear all about her. Because she's had a journey.
Say I do stuff.
No, that's what we say. But we say that once we've already like kind of told everybody what we do. So then we can just say stuff and it's you know.
So they don't know what stuff means for you.
Right. Very true. I guess like go back to the beginning of time or no, I'm kidding, I won't do that.
Wherever you want to go. Whatever you feel you want to do.
Well, let's see. I just finished second year Celtic Shamanic. I'm currently in second year Galactic Shamanic, which has been so much fun. If you guys are interested in Galactics at all, it's a must do. I've also done some courses now in creative therapies. I'm going to be doing actually Sundays, the first class. I'm like super excited, but doing sound healing, which I'm excited about. I guess been working on channeling stuff, mediumship stuff. I want to say like dabbling in a little bit of everything. I'm kind of one of those lifelong students. So any opportunity I can get to learn something, I'm going to.
So what drew you to all of this?
Whew.
I'm going to do the interviewer thing just because people want to know where you started.
So I guess this journey started 4 years ago. I think we figured out, more or less. And that came about because of actually some health issues. So I was having issues with my throat. I was to the point where I was like getting physically ill every morning. And so I went to the doctors, got, endoscopies done, biopsies done, thinking maybe it was like medication that I was on or something. And they found absolutely nothing. And so at that point, I'm like, okay, I've exhausted all the stuff that is obvious. And at that time, actually, our shared friend, Melanie, was actually at my job helping with a backlog. She was doing some temporary work for us, and I was telling her what was going on. And of course, she's intuitive as well. So she's like, well, I have my Reiki too. Let me try it and see if it helps. So she actually came over to my house and gave me a Reiki session. And for 2 days after it, my symptoms went away. And then, of course, they came back. And so I told her that, and she's like, well, from what I was getting and stuff like that, like, I think this is going to help you, but I think what I'm feeling, you need somebody with more tools in the toolkit, is the way she kind of phrased it. And so I think it was actually her cousin or her sister.
Her cousin.
Was her cousin? Okay. Gave her a list of people here in Ottawa that do that kind of stuff. Tanis was the second one on the list. And like, I went on her website and I'm like, ooh, I like the feeling of this person. And then, so I booked a discovery call with you, and I always laugh at this story, but so discovery calls, guys, are supposed to be like 15 minutes, give or take. So we got on the call, and I think we went 3 hours, and the only reason we stopped talking was because there was a snowstorm that day and you lost power.
Yeah, something like that. Because it was a snowstorm, I'd had cancellations, so I had the time.
Yeah, we just kept talking. And the rest is history.
Yep. Yeah, so we've been working together now for 4 years, and I think you've been with Jen for close to that as well.
Yep.
And classes and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. Did my Reiki with you, did my Aqualead with you. I have another couple healing modalities now under my belt as well. Yeah, it's just, and I mean, we've talked about it, but like just the transformation. Like over the last 4 years, even the last year, I think you guys, if you've been following me on my YouTube channel, you'll probably even noticed that transformation. Because especially I think in the last little bit, I've really stepped into that like confidence piece a bit more. There's a lot less questioning that's happening, or at least
you're trusting yourself.
Yes,
trusting your intuition, trusting what you're feeling, all of that stuff.
The dogs are cheering you on. They're like, "Good job, way to go, keep it up. You're amazing." They just got so much to say.
Yes.
Well, and I guess like another interesting weird fact that I don't know if everybody would know, but I'm actually a registered vet tech by like schooling.
Yes.
So that's a little extra like interesting thing.
Yeah, awesome. And right now, your day job.
My day job. Yes.
You are registering cattle.
Yeah, I register cattle, or as Gerald says, cow counting.
Cow counting. She does cow counting.
Fair enough. Hey, that's good way to put it.
Hypnicity said she heard them say woo woo.
Why do you think my channel's called that? Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Woo woo wonderment, which is, by the way, underneath. It's underneath you. Other side. There we go. There, yeah.
I don't know. There.
Yeah, but they're both there. The wonderment is on your. Yeah. Well, I guess if you're looking at the screen,
just
it's
there. Wherever
all the
there
info is on the bottom.
good. You'll find us all.
We're all there. And the most exciting part, well, not the
Mm-hmm.
most exciting part, it's been a full journey. I think the whole thing is exciting, but it's exciting to have you part of the school. So we have, she has done all this beautiful training, and now she's going to be bringing it forward to other students with the Twillow Lifestyle Academy. So we're super excited.
Okay,
she's
so
also,
we have to step back though for a minute and just be like, this is one of the most creative, crafty people I have ever known in my life. Talk
Absolutely.
about the amount of creative energy, Caleigh, that you bring forward. So to then have you stepping into teaching class that's bringing together creativity and spiritual practices, like
that's right. Yeah. It's meant for you. So really? She and I are teaching a series of 3 classes, and we're talking about doing more. We've got more in the works.
Yes.
But we're doing 3 classes starting this Wednesday, actually. So it is in person, but we are talking about doing some stuff online as well. So for those of you that aren't local, stay tuned. We're talking about bringing some stuff like that too. But these ones, do you want to tell them a little bit about the 3 weeks? Because it's this Wednesday, following one, and the one after.
Wednesdays,
for people that are in Ottawa. So
3 courses, like you can take just one if the dates don't work to go to all 3, but they do definitely build on each other. So the first class is actually about masking. So we're going to be talking about authenticity, what it means, as well as there's going to be a bit of an activity to basically just write out or make note of, okay, what pressures does society put on us? Do friends, do family, do ourselves? Like those labels we put on ourselves. And so using that worksheet, then like pulling themes from that and being able to paint it or draw it or, on the masks, because we have paper masks that we bought. And then at the end of the night, we're going to give people the opportunity to basically transmute those masks. So remove those masks and basically release that energy to kind of come back to their true selves. We'll use that term. And then the second class kind of builds on that. We're going to be doing a little bit of color theory kind of stuff. So I actually wrote up a meditation where we're going to go and talk to our higher selves and ask them to give us colors. And that's what we're going to paint with. So I'm really excited to see how that one ends up. And it's using watercolor paint and like salt as well. So we might even be able to like kind of almost do tea leaf reading, like divining like what shapes or images kind of come out in the paint is what I'm hoping. And then the last class is we're basically doing crystal grid art. So that empowerment piece. So we've shed that image, kind of investigated or turned inward to see what are we about, and then that empowerment piece for the 3rd class.
Amazing flow of energy. Holy moly.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah. I hear you, City, right? Wow, wish I was nearby. Love watercolor and salt. Well, and the thing is, as long as people know what materials to have, these are actually all things that you could do virtually.
I think that's going to be the next step after like these 3. We're just going to see like, okay, how are they going to flow? And then I think that's going to be the next big step is.
Yeah, we've been talking about that because we've had a lot of people, wish that it was able to do online. So we may have to make a few changes to what we're doing, but certainly if we do a supply list and all that, they can have all that ready.
Well, and I mean, even if you can't get your hands on a mask, if you just put one on a piece of paper and paint it, right? You're still getting that, that energy coming through, and
for sure. So, oh, nice. Moira has a series of paintings done by finding patterns in watercolor.
Amazing.
Beautiful. That's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that's our next one. And then you've got other stuff that you're going to be bringing forward as well for the school.
Yeah, so I'm actually currently working on building. So I took a tuning fork healing course. And so I'm actually working on, from the course I took, basically making a manual And then I'm hoping to teach it. I'm hoping the fall, but we'll see. We'll see what else happens in my life.
Well, and I think it'll be a lot of fun for all of us because we're going to be doing some joint stuff as well coming up. So we're going to have another little creative planning session. And so we can all get together and bring some beautiful ideas together as well. So yeah.
Lots of exciting things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we have a great group of people to work with, honestly. I'm so excited to see what, like, all, as you said, the collaboration that's going to come out of it. Yeah.
Well, and we're one of the only schools that has this kind of multifaceted approach to classes. A lot of classes right now, or a lot of schools right now, I should say, have like one focus. Like they might be just an energy healing school or just sound healing or just. But we've, everybody and they've come forward, folks. Like they just come forward, and then I'm like, okay, sounds good, let's do it. And it will be very interesting to see, because everybody has their own strengths, and we're just putting all of those strengths together to bring forward a really like eclectic and diverse group. So,
well, it's a little bit off topic, but I love that you guys did like the whole human design thing to see how like we all kind of like clicked and kind of came together.
Yes. What's that called again, Jen? The Penta?
The Penta. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The Penta. So a Penta is, 3 to 5 is generally what it is. So I actually had to do 2 pentas in order to get all of us in there, which is wonderful, right? Because we get to see the dynamics of the energies working together. And it was so beautiful to see how much we complete the chart. So depending on, who's working together, there's access to energy and the ability to both begin and finish a project.
Important. Exactly. Yeah.
It's important. I gotta tell you, you don't know what it is like to be in that gate that is activated to get you to begin things. And you don't always have the finish gate to get to the other end of it. The amount of projects I have started, holy moly.
You have a lot of UFOs.
Unfinished objects.
Exactly.
Which is appropriate considering you're a galactic ambassador too.
I tell you. Yep. I have my own personal UFOs.
Yeah.
Well, you can also do UAP, which is the unfinished abandoned projects.
There we go. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a few of those, but they've been so abandoned I don't remember. But if they come up again,
those are the good. When you're setting up your priority list, and you've got the urgent, and you've got the soon, and then you've got the sometimes maybe.
That one has fallen away. I'm not sure where sometimes maybe has gotten to. It's probably in like one of these pages somewhere, but I don't have the ability to go back and look right now.
Well, if we're occupied enough with the immediate and the soon.
That's when I tell them, like, remind me, like, come back around to it,
Yeah. If there's something that really has to be done, you need to let me know that it's urgent, because otherwise it's on that sometimes maybe list.
Yeah, bring it back up and make me all of a sudden hyper focus on it, because that's the only way it's going to happen.
Yep. Exactly.
And they've done that. I mean, they did that with the Lyran Legacy, right? When it was time, it was the only thing I could focus on. Like every free minute I had was like, right? So they do have the ability to do that when they're like, no, it's time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're doing that to me a little bit right now. Only they're doing it with 2 things. So I have this like split thing going on.
Yeah. That's sometimes not bad though, so you don't get so bored with one.
Yeah. It's true.
It's like, I have energy for I guess they agree. But they're so hyper focused on something out there. I'm just gonna mute for a moment.
Probably a squirrel, something.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's it happens. It's all good. They like to talk. just like the rest of us, which is why we're on here.
And that's one of the other, speaking of dogs, that's one of the other classes that I'm hoping to be co-teaching is animal Reiki. So if you guys are interested in that, stay tuned.
Yep.
And I've got to say, the animals need it too. At least my kids, they love getting some Reiki. I mean, I love when they get some Reiki and actually settle down.
Well, like if we're feeling it as intensely as we are, I can only imagine for them, you know?
Yeah, because when I took my animal Reiki, they were like very much like you have to start back away from them and beam it at them because they're so sensitive that it'll actually like it can be quite not upsetting, but off-putting for them. Like you'll see them go like, what are you doing?
They feel the energies.
They do.
Right? Whenever there's anything around or anything, like we joke that they're barking at squirrels, but I'm sure they're barking at a lot of other stuff too.
I am sure they are. Yes. Yes. They're very intuitive, those things.
Yeah.
Those puppies of yours. Yeah, definitely. So tell us about your journey with all the other stuff. Oh. Moira says her cat didn't like getting Reiki, but she felt it.
Cats are generally Reiki masters, and we know cats are a little like, I got this. What are you doing? Right? So I wouldn't be surprised if the cat's like, ugh, I give myself Reiki all the time. I don't need your Reiki.
Yeah, probably.
Hold on, let me come over there and give you a little bit of the Reiki. That's how at least I know that's been the issue with some of mine too.
Yeah.
They're beautiful little masters themselves.
They are.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
You were saying like the rest of like they're just like the classes and stuff.
Well, let's talk about past lives because that's something that we're all very connected in. So I think that would be something we could talk about.
Sure.
Today.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's been a huge piece, especially lately. So I guess for context for everybody, so Jen wrote her book, The Lyran Legacy. And actually as part of that, if I'm allowed to say, I helped during the editing process.
Yeah.
Let's like not downplay that for a minute. Caleigh was amazing with the editing process. The amount of times, like she was so gentle too. Like
I'm like, it's her baby. I don't want to.
A few times, and I'm like, oh, and then I word search it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've used the word grief like 200 and whatever times. I'm like, I'm gonna fix that. Yeah. She's so gentle about it. She's like, you might want to, like, just look at that, and I'm like, just tell me as it is.
Well, because I felt like I was just like ripping apart her baby.
Yeah. But
anyway, but no, it was
a necessity thing, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, when you're writing something and you're familiar with it, like I think this was one of the things that was really nice having, people like go, oh, can you write a little bit more about that, or could you explain this a little bit more? Like that was so helpful because the content is there, but it's not in the pages, and so it's like, oh, right, I can read it and I have context, but that doesn't mean that somebody else reading it is going to have that same context.
Right. Yeah.
So it was beyond help.
So I guess we went through the book like 3 times, I want to say, by the end of it. I think we went through it. So while I was reading it, Jen would tell me like, this is who this person is in this lifetime and stuff. So I'd have context as far as like energy when I'm reading it. But as I was reading it, of course, I'm like, I'm not feeling connected. Like I would be like, that person, I like the feeling of that person, like the feeling of that person, but I didn't see it. There wasn't any strong emotional, I guess, reaction when I was reading it. Versus others that are in the book that do share that lifetime, and I would see their emotional reaction when we would get together as a group and talk about it, because I guess there's almost a dozen of us that are in that lifetime that are all kind of within the Ottawa area even.
Well, we're not all in the Ottawa area, but we're definitely all connected. That was the funny part, was that somehow Jen and I ended up connecting with these people, like from Hawaii and Spain and, you know, the States. And it's like
all over the world.
All over.
It's been incredible to see like that, you know, they get brought in, and then in that moment it's like, I know your energy. And then it was so interesting, because some people I met before the book, and it was like, I know your energy, I feel very connected to you, but I didn't have context as to why. And then there's some people that I met after writing it and going, oh, I know who you are. Not just
well, like Lisa, we do Galactic Gab with Lisa Thompson, and she's in the book. So, you know, there's a bunch of people.
So for me, so I, as I said, read the book, not in it, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know, I'm in this group for some reason. I'll figure it out. And it was almost, I want to say almost, the book hadn't come out yet, but it was I want to say almost a month later, like after kind of we had finished the draft, and Jen and I were having a conversation, and I had this just like memory come forward, this very vivid memory come forward, and she was talking to me, because so you guys know, like Tannis and Jen on Twillow, they're, I guess I want to say personalities or energies from that lifetime, they'll come through, and their entire like countenance, tone, everything changes, and I can very much feel and like see that shift. So what ended up happening is, so in that memory, I've said like age of their grandchildren is the feeling I get. Like they were my teachers. So it was after the events of the book, like years after the book. And so the memory I had was in the greenhouse. If you guys have read the book, there's the mention of the greenhouse. We were in the greenhouse, and both of them were teaching me. The memory I have actually is like, I'm standing there or sitting there and like trying to understand this concept and just getting so frustrated. And you know, when like little kids get frustrated, it's kind of cute. And you know, the adults trying really not to laugh, but they're just so cute because they're so frustrated about it. And so that was that memory that I had. And then I've actually since had other information and actually more context come up about that lifetime I've had. If you guys watched on my channel when I had Diane G on, and she did my Akashic, my Galactic Akashic reading, there was some stuff that came up from that lifetime as well, kind of older, like what happened to me as I got older, because I don't have any memory really of like being an adult in that lifetime. It's just this one memory, which I mean, I'm happy with, honestly. But yeah, it's just been really interesting, like finding now where I connect, because then, as you said, those other people in the book, I'm like, because you've shown me pictures that you've created, and you'll be like, well, what about this person? And it's like, yes, I know that person, but that's not them, because again, I know them older, I know them retired, I know them not in that kind of war energy, I know them in the restful and wisdom and that energy. So yeah, it's just been really, really interesting.
Yeah, I think Jen's looking for the pictures.
Yeah.
She seems to be.
I've here we go.
Oh, we've got one there. Okay, perfect. There we go. That is us.
When am I writing a book, Moira?
Yeah, when are you writing your book?
Well, and this is the whole thing with the Lyran legacy, right? Because the idea is that each person, if they want to, can write their part in it and what they remember of that time. And so where my story ends is with Tannis and I in the greenhouse talking about teaching, right? And so you would pick right back up there and could even talk about the classes and what it was like, and all like after the war and how things unfolded.
So for those of you So for those of you that are not familiar, the cat was Jen.
Mm-hmm.
I was the other one. Caleigh was the little girl.
Yeah. Tennis and I were both Canadian.
Sorry. Lyran.
Yeah, we were both Canadian.
Well, and what gets really funny is like when Tennis and I will be like working together, a lot of the time we revert to Pleiadian. Like we revert to light language. Most of the time we're not even speaking English to each other because it's just easier to communicate in Pleiadian.
Yeah, we end up doing these light language sessions and we work out all our stuff from the other life. Yeah. Well, and then there's also the dragon lifetime that we all share.
Yes. That one was a bit of a surprise, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was before all of that.
So taking from context, for those of you who have read Lyran Legacy, when I talk about the history of the Draconians, what came through at that time was that the Draconians that we know today are actually part of the ancient reptilian race that originated in another galaxy. And so the ancient dragons that are a part of that dimensional reality sent the Draconians, the reptilians that were being exiled, that became Draconians, through the basically the rift, like through a portal between dimensions that landed in our galaxy in the Draco constellation. That's where they lived. And so if you look, and you know, me, science geek, I'm like, I gotta look this up. Is this for real? Is this legit? And sure enough, there is a mini galaxy within the Draco constellation. And so it's just like, oh, wow, that is such an amazing like mirror to another galaxy. So what ended up happening, now, like we've all felt connection to dragons, and we've talked about that before. I think one of the first things that Tanis and I had talked about early on was dragons, right?
That's her new dragon.
That's my new dragon, Theo. Caleigh saw him and drew him.
So this is what happens too, being like, as you said, creative and artistic, is I see something and I'm like, I have to draw this now or I'm going to go insane.
I love that.
That's awesome. Sorry, go ahead, Jen. I just was.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I
Sorry,
love it.
I don't understand.
Somebody else wants to join us. Maybe Siri.
Siri.
And so what I think to some degree, like there was an awareness there that like we've had dragon lifetimes, but not any specific ones and things like that. And then one day I am driving my bean home from school and I get a call from these two. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, we're tapping into something. We just need to tell you about it. And when they told me, I got to say, like full body goosebumps, chills. I was driving, so I couldn't stay on, but I knew like in the astral, I was totally there. And we were driving. And at one point I even said to Ray, the entire atmosphere has changed. Like it smells different. Like I'm here, but I'm not here. Right. And it was such an incredible shift. So I'm going to let you guys tell them what was happening during that time.
Yeah, sure.
You go ahead, Caleigh. It's your story to tell.
Yeah, it's just trying to like bring it back up again. Like, what were we doing? So I'm pretty sure it was a one-on-one session we were doing. And it was when like all this dragon stuff was really coming up. And we ended up going up to a dragon temple actually. Because I was really being pulled, and you're like, just go with it, see where it goes.
And I went with you.
Yeah. Yes, you did. You always want to have somebody with you. You have buddy system.
Yes. That's the whole shamanic journey thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we went up and we ended up meeting actually, like I guess priestess, monk. Like, I actually have I was gonna say, where's my phone? But I was gonna say I actually have a picture I drew. But when we got there, they brought us over to this huge quartz crystal. If you guys have ever seen like the Dark Crystal like movie, it was like that, but like clear quartz, not purple. And so we kind of approached it, and I don't know how you were seeing it, but I almost was seeing it as like it was like a screen, and there was like kind of images and video like kind of projected onto it of like memories that were coming up and coming through.
For me, it was like we were accessing the programmed information that was in the crystal from that sort of era. So it was like playing on the surface.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And we really got the strong pull of like they're wanting us to heal. This like heal, because it was all related, because we're in the Dragon Temple. It's all related to the reptilian, draconian, kind of all that stuff that was going on. And so we actually called in another friend of ours who is actually in Jen's book and is one of the draconians. Because we're like, okay,
she was a good.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah.
They're not all nasty. Only at that time. So,
but I felt like we needed her because she was the other viewpoint. Like we were like the one, and then she was the other. Because Candace and I were from the point of view of being the dragons that sent them through, and she was one of the ones that was sent through. So by the three of us coming together, we were healing that kind of, I don't want to say misunderstanding, but like we were kind of healing that and kind of being like, I see your side of it, and I see your side of it. And then I think, if I remember correctly, the crystal kind of like started rising up out of the floor and ended up, I don't want to say shattering, but it kind of like sent light out in every direction. And then I think, Tannis, you were kind of seeing like little kind of sparks of light like throughout all the different galaxies as this healing kind of spread. And it was so beautiful.
Yeah, here, it was incredible.
Yeah. And I think that was probably about the time, because we were doing like time comparisons of where I was in my drive. And all of a sudden I was like, something just like the atmosphere just shifted, because it was like we could feel that like everything was thin and everything was crossing between. It was such an incredible thing to like not even be like in the 3D a part of it and still knowing like what was happening and shifting along the way, just because of like there were actually things that were shifting in that healing process between our galaxy, that galaxy, like all of it was just incredible.
So this will show up there. So that was
that's the guy who came into the who met us in the temple.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and then I think I also have a very rough sketch of the actual like temple as well. But let me just see if here, So this is like the main kind of hallway.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yep.
And then the crystal and stuff was like off to the side of one of these, but this is just like, they're just very like made out of some kind of stone. Yeah. And that's very kind of triangular.
And it was like a light colored stone, like a sand.
Yes, it was
like a white sandstone kind of color. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
it may not have been sandstone because it's not here, so it could be anything. But
what was interesting is that I think was like there had been a run of like us going to different temples leading up to that too, and they all had the same like shape, but all different stones. Because I think we went to like a Venusian, the one before, but it was more like rose quartz, pink kind of stone, and it was just really interesting that.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah,
that was a really impactful.
It was
impactful night. I was quite emotional about it. I really felt like we did this huge, and the way the shards went out, they just kind of it sort of shattered and went out into all of these things, and it was like it was landing on this planet, this galaxy, that galaxy, this planet, that galaxy, and it was like all of a sudden it would just light up. So it was like a beautiful way of spreading light,
gritting the healing.
Yeah.
Throughout time and space, which is just like so freaking cool.
It was amazing.
Well, and I've had people ask like about like past life work, and it's like I don't go looking for these. They come up and they find me. Like I don't go out searching for them.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's such an important point, though, Caleigh, because I think we get intrigued, right? It's like, oh, I want to learn all about my past lives, and I want to know this and that, and all of that. But if it's impactful for this life, it will come forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's not, we don't need to know it.
Yeah.
Right? I think the mind gets very caught up in like, oh, I want to know. Right? But sometimes, and you know, we can all attest to this, like some lives are really hard to work through and to integrate those energies and go, okay, I understand now maybe though why I have this wounding or why I have this pain that keeps coming up for me. So there is a beautiful healing in that, but like you said, when those are the things that we're meant to work with, they will come up. We will dream about them. We will have like kind of
Triggers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's how mine have come up recently.
Yeah.
I think Jen and I have one that we share that we were both kind of triggered. We were like, what is going on here?
Right.
This is like not us. What is happening right now?
Yeah, it was the most recent one for me was like, I'm feeling this sadness and grief, but it's not all of from this lifetime. So there is something else going on.
Yeah. And often we get triggered with a similar thing in this life that brings it back. And that's usually because we need to heal it across the lifetimes, that particular emotion or situation, or, you know, that sometimes you might want to, sometimes there's karma that we have to work with. So
those are fun lifetimes.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know if I call them fun. I've had a couple that have been pretty nasty. Yes, hypnicity. Often it's integration.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. And welcome, Maruda. She is wishing you a beautiful birthday.
And she even put a dragon.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
She did. That's so awesome. Yeah. So we've had those past lives have been pretty incredible. And, you know, we've all talked about the fact that particular lifetime that Jen wrote about was very impactful for all of us in this lifetime. And there's a big reason why we're stepping into that now, the remembering of it. So I've had a fair number from that one as well. And I am working on the Pleiadian book to go with that series as well. From that
Well, and I find it interesting that the dynamics are the same. Because like in that lifetime, you were both my teachers. Same in this lifetime.
Yeah, it's really incredible. And you were the one who pointed it out on Galactic Gab with Lisa, that even the way that we have located ourselves this time is very similar to the way that like we were in that lifetime, right? So like she was out hidden away in a constellation, and now she lives in Hawaii, right? And I lost my home, and my home still exists in this world, but well, this is my home, but like where I was born. But I moved to where Tanis lives.
We did the same in that lifetime.
You did the same thing.
Exactly what I did in that lifetime. Difference being that I moved there in that lifetime to be with Tanis, whereas in this lifetime, I didn't know Tanis when I moved here, but I'm so glad that we reconnected.
But you still moved here to be with me.
Oh,
because that was the plan.
Absolutely. I just needed another catalyst to get me here in this lifetime. My own
we just didn't know.
learning and karmic working through stuff. But yeah, I think it's just incredible to see the way that like all of those dynamics unfold. And I think, and I know I've shared this on Galactic Gabs and stuff before too, but the impact that this story coming forward has had in awakening this for people has been just such an incredible experience, I think, for each of us as we kind of go, oh, right. And then there's another opening and another opening. And, the world needs those energies right now. And so the more that we're able to step into them, the more empowered we are in this life to deal with all the stuff that's going on.
Yeah. And, you know, we all got together in that life to bring forward the Galactic Federation, which is all about collaboration, right? Coming forward to join forces against, you know, stuff that we didn't agree with. And, you know, I think there's a piece of that. Just saying. It's happening. Community, anyway, is very key. Sorry, I'm treading lightly.
As we do.
But there's the community thing, and how, you know, I'm sure that's why, because I didn't know I was going to start a community. I had no idea I was starting a community. I was starting a business. I didn't know it was going to be a community and an academy and all this stuff when I started 10 years ago. It was just like me in my basement. That's why I joke about that all the time. It's just me in my basement. Guys. So, but that is part of why we're here, is to create that community, to create the energy that is created within a community, because that is the energy that we need right now here on Earth, along with the other defensive stuff. I don't know who's talking, but it's not me.
Well, I pulled our homework, and it actually, you know, I just kind of glanced down at the first line when I opened the book, and I was like, oh, what is it? Seeds from the Sacred Feminine. The card I got is Create a Sacred Fire.
Transmutation.
Yeah, here we go. Sometimes a raging fire is the only way to seed a new forest. Although fire can seem devastating and frightening to humans, beauty exists in fire's destructive nature as well. Fire burns away the overgrown forest and to germinate new seeds. Mother Earth has made some seeds as so tough that only fire can activate the germination process. Not water, not sunlight, just fire. Your emotions can resemble a fire, and sometimes only rage itself can generate the healing you need. Are you holding back a raging fire and preventing an important seed or idea from germinating? Are you afraid of getting burned? What fire within you is trying to get your attention to help you process, light a sacred fire? This may even be a simple candle. Honor the great element of fire by offering the burning embers a gift of tobacco. Sing and dance around a fire and let your physical body release the fires within. By heating up the body and sweating, you are giving your spiritual fire a chance to burn safely. Let the emotional fire out through your mouth in a ferocious snarl, or vibrate your physical body into a fierce explosion. Move, dance, writhe, run, or wrestle. The body knows how to release rage safely through movement. Honor your sacred fire.
Very appropriate, considering we're talking about dragons.
And also whatever was coming through there with you, right? Like, I think that we recognize that there is a breaking down, right? There is a need for that fire, not necessarily in the literal form, but
no,
for that. No, but again, like, the more that we allow ourselves that breaking down,
yes,
the more can come through, and the more healing we can have, and all of that. So I love that idea of, like, snarl, yell, scream if you need to, move that body all around, right? Singing, drumming, all the things that, like, get us moving and going. But to do that around that fire with that intention of releasing is just so beautiful.
Yeah, it's a time of great transformation. And that is why we are all here.
Absolutely.
To witness, to take part, to be in love with the transformation.
We're all a piece of the puzzle.
Yep. Well, I can't believe it's been an hour already.
I know.
But
time flies and you're having fun.
It does.
It really does.
So what have we got going on this week?
Well, 2 hours from now on my channel, we are doing another live So it is birthday show / actually second anniversary of my channel.
Woohoo!
Yeah. So
Happy anniversary!
Yay! It's hard to believe it's been 2 years already. But I'm, super excited, and I'm super excited too for like what's coming this year even. But it's going to be me and a couple of people, maybe including somebody that's next to me.
The other side. The other side.
That way. There you go. She's on.
I'm teaching.
I knew she's on this side. Anyway, but Jen's going to be there, and I have a couple other people that are going to be on, and we're just going to chat, laugh, do some readings probably. So if you guys want to come and hang out at 8 p.m. Eastern time, so in 2 hours, give or take. We'll be doing that. And then as Tana said, if you're in Ottawa in person, our creativity series starts on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. So
beautiful.
Yeah, lots of fun. We've got lots of stuff this week, actually. Mm-hmm. So I'm actually starting a channeling class that starts tonight.
It's great, guys. It's one of the classes I took.
It's like 9 weeks, which is why I can't join them on the show. And then, that tomorrow isn't about everybody else. And then we have, of course, the Wednesday. And then we have, sorry, I'm looking at my calendar going, oh yeah.
This and this, and you guys.
It's one of those weeks where I always joke Tannis is just going to get fed up with me because I see her like almost every day of the week.
No, I'm not going to be fed up with you. Not at all. But we are seeing each other every day this week for the next 3 days. Today, tomorrow, and the next day. Yep. Well, and I guess on Friday too, because we have Beltane.
Yes.
And then, so then Jen and I are doing, we'll be speaking on a show. It's hosted by Beyond Being Human. Mm-hmm. It's an experiencer gathering.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hosted by Stone Hobbit and Natalie Hill.
Really good.
And we're going to be sharing something. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm sharing yet.
Super excited. I don't know. When it comes
to
experiencer stuff, it's like whatever they all tell me to share is what I end up sharing.
Exactly. So we'll be sharing something on that at Beyond Being Human.
You'll just have to go and find out.
.org, and you'll be able to read all about it. Or I should just share it on my Facebook, and then you can see it there too. Tana's probably already has. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a while ago though, so you may scroll back. You may need to scroll back.
Yeah, it's and you can register for it. You can watch it on YouTube. I think it's going to be live on Beyond Being Human's YouTube channel. So you can look them up, and that should be really cool. Really good conversation.
And then I also have a Reiki 3 class in person. So if you're in Ottawa and you've got your level 2, I am doing a level 3 on Sunday. Mm-hmm. And that brings us back around to Monday.
To Monday. Which is this the week? Hold on. Give me a moment. It is next Monday, the 4th of May. I will be on with Gerald, Tarot Stash, at 2 Eastern. And we're going to be continuing our conversation with regulation in these crazy times and what that looks like, how to navigate that, and all that kind of fun stuff. And I think last time we left off, I don't have it in a note there, but we left off kind of talking about regulation, even with the downloads and the energies that are happening and all of that. So really kind of looking at, how do we keep ourselves moving along and chugging along in a way that is more regulated with everything that is happening.
And I'll just do a little plug for next Tuesday, the 5th. We are having an info session for our year-long yoga teacher training, which we are a certified school with the Yoga Alliance as well. So quick little plug on that. And I guess we should probably say goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
It's been so much fun having you, Caleigh. It's great having you here. So thank you. And the fact that it's your birthday.
The timing was perfect.
Amazing. So
honored you were joining us.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Lots of love.
Thank you for having me.
And lots of love and thank you to all of you as well for joining us for this show. And we hope that you have regulation, that you bring love forward for you and all of yours. And Jen, final thoughts?
Find the joy. Whatever else is going on, find the joy.
Find the joy.
Let yourself sit in that, even for a moment, and see what shifts.
Caleigh, final thought?
Find that spark of creativity.
Be courageous.
Mm-hmm.
Courageous, creatively courageous.
Mm-hmm.
And then come back and see us.
Yes.
And we'll see you soon. See you soon. Bye-bye now.